Good morning everyone. Basa tayo ng Bible guys. Bilisan na natin at oras na ng trabaho. Matthew 20 verse 1 to 16 and Exodus 23 and 24. Matthew muna tayo guys. Jesus tells the parable of the vineyard workers. Excuse me. Kaumpisa lang eh. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire men to work in his vineyard. He agreed to pay them a denarius for the day and sent them into his vineyard. About the third hour he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He told them, "You also go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right." So they went. He went out again about the sixth hour and the ninth hour, and did the same thing. About the 11th hour he went out and found still others standing around. He asked them, "Why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing?" "Because no one has hired us," they answered. He said to them, "You also go and work in my vineyard." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and going on to the first." The workers who were hired about the 11th hour came and each received denarius. So when those who came who were hired first, they expected to receive more. But each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner. "These men who were hired last work only 1 hour," they said, "and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the work and the heat of the day." But he answered one of them, "Friend, I am not being unfair to you. Didn't you agree to work for the denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give the man who was hired last the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous? So the last will be first, and the first will be last." Pag sa laboring Father God, unfair talaga masyado yun. Pero syempre pera mo yan eh. Pag, pag sarili nating pera guys, no one can dictate us kung saan natin dadalhin. Diba? As long as masaya ka doon sa pinagdalhan mo sa pera mo, go for it. And no one can dictate you para sabihin na, "Oh, sinayang mo pera mo." Diba? Ganun lang yun. Pero kung mananaghilit talaga yung mga pagtatrabaho, pero kasi pinag-usapan doon yung pagbibigay niya ng pera. Sarili niyang pera yun eh. Kahit magkano pa ibigay niya doon sa nahuli. Since gusto niya, wala kang magagawa. Kumbaga sa yung landowner, pinaghirapan niya yung pera niya na yun. So kung saan siya masaya na ibigay yun, huwag kang managhili kasi hindi mo pera yun. Tsaka binayaran ka naman sa tama na pinagkasunduan nyo eh, sa service mo. Punta na tayo sa 23 and 24. Kahit ako, pag sarili kong pera, ayoko pa dikta sa iba kung saan ko dadala yung pera ko. Diba? Ganun lang yung kasimple. '23 and 24. Nag-reaction din eh. Reaction lang naman yan guys. Inano ko na sa lap ko kasi para madaling basahin. '23 and 24. 30. Bilisan natin at busy tayo ngayong araw na to. May pupuntahan pa tayo. Laws of justice and mercy. Kasi sa totoong araw ngayon, today is January 20. Do not spread false reports, laws of justice and mercy, guys. Sa Exodus 23 and 24. So, kumbaga sa ano, nandito ulo yung mga batas talaga ni Moses sa Exodus. Eh, batas pala ni Father God. Kung ito na lang ang ano natin, ito na lang ang implement natin yung nandito sa Exodus. Hindi na tayo mag-hire ng ano, hindi na tayo mag-i-elect ng mga mambabatas. Ito na, nakasulat na sa Bible. Laws of justice and mercy. Reaction ko lang yan. Do not spread false reports. Do not help a wicked man by being a malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd. Nakalagay guys sa 23 verse 1. Do not spread false reports. Do not help a wicked man by being a malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you give testimony in a lawsuit, do not pervert justice by siding with the crowd, and do not show favoritism to a poor man in his lawsuit. True. If you come across your enemy ox or donkey wandering off, be sure to take it back to him. If you see the donkey of someone who hates you falling down under its load, do not leave it there. Be sure you help him with it. Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuits. Have nothing to do with false charges, and do not put an innocent or honest person to death, for I will not acquit the guilty. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds. Ayan nakalagay guys for I will not acquit the guilty. So pag guilty ka, hindi ka acquitted. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and twist the words of the righteous. Sa batas yan ni Father God. Do not accept a bribe, for verse 8. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and twist the words of the righteous. True. Kasi yung iba na babayaran eh. Do not oppress an alien, you yourselves know how it feels to be aliens because you were aliens in Egypt. Sabbath laws. For 6 years you are to sow your fields and harvest the crops. But during the 7th year, let the land lie unplowed. Anong unplowed? Nakalagay guys sa verse 10. For 6 years you are to sow your fields and harvest the crops. But during the 7th year, let the land lie unplowed and unused. So, huwag gamitin sa ikapitong taon. Then the poor among your people may get food from it, and the wild animals may eat what they live. Do the same with your vineyard and your olive grove. 6 days you work, do your work. Nakalagay guys, sa verse 12 ng chapter 23. 6 days do your work, but on the 7th day do not work, so that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the slave born in your household and the alien as well may be repressed. Be careful to do everything I have said to you. Do not invoke the names of other gods. Do not let them be heard on your lips. The 3 annual festivals. 3 times a year you are to celebrate the festival to me. Oh, celebrate the feast of unleavened bread. For 7 days, eat bread made without yeast. Napaka-importante nila ng bread na walang yeast, ano? Unleavened ang tawag nila doon, unleavened bread. As I commanded you, do this at the appointed time in the month of Abib. Anong in the month of Abib, Father God? For in that month, you came out of Egypt. Month of Abib daw, Father, guys. Hindi naman natin alam yan. So, yun yung unang festival nila. For in that month, you came out of Egypt. Nung lumabas sila sa Egypt. So, month of Abib pala yun. No one is to appear before me empty-handed. No one is to appear before me empty-handed. Celebrate the feast of harvest with the first fruits of the crops you sow in your field. Celebrate the feast of ingathering of the end of the year. May, nag-celebrate rin yung chan ko, kulog-kulog. Nang susunod guys is celebrate the feast of harvest with the first fruits of the crop. So, pagka mag-ani tayo o ng ani natin sa ating field, mag-celebrate tayo ng feast. Tapos, celebrate the feast in gathering the end of the year when you gather in your crops from the field. End of the year siya, guys, gawin. 3 times a year all the men are to offer before the sovereign Lord. Do not offer the blood of sacrifice to me along with anything containing yeast. Ayaw niya talaga ng yeast. The fat of my festival offering must not be kept until morning. Bring the best of the first fruits yourself to the house of the Lord your God. Do not cook a young goat in its mother's mouth. Ang daming batas, no? So, dito pa lang pala sa batas na to. Mahirap na kabisaduhin. Tapos, dagdagan pa natin ng mga batas pang tao. Hindi sa lupa. Yung mga mambabatas natin, daming gawang batas eh. God's angel to prepare the way. Say, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. God's angel to prepare the way. Sa verse 20. See, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. Pay attention to him and listen to what he says. Do not rebel against him. He will not forgive your rebellion. Buti na lang wala ka doon, Rob. Since my name is in him, if you listen carefully to what he says and do all that I say, pati dyan ko nagre-rebel, I will be an enemy to your enemies and will oppose those who oppose you. Nakalagay sa 22, if you listen carefully to what he says and do all what I say, I will be an enemy to your enemies and will oppose those who oppose you. So, kumbaga sa kampi siya sa'yo kapag ka, ano ka, nakikinig ka sa kanya mabuti. My angel will go ahead of you and bring you into the land of the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites. And I will give, ang dami no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, daming ang Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites. 6 guys. And I will wipe them out. Do not bow down before their gods or worship them or follow them. So, ibig sabihin, no, napakarami nito. Bakit hindi ito nahikayat magiging mag-worship kay Father God? Itong mga binanggit dito. Yung Amorites, hindi ba sila nag-worship kay Father God? And I will wipe them out. Ayan no, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites, and I will wipe them out. My angel will go ahead of you and bring you into the land of the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites. Iniintindi ko guys mabuti. Hivites, and Jebusites, and I will wipe them out. Do not bow down before their gods or worship them or follow their practices. You must demolish them and break their sacred stones to pieces. Worship the Lord your God, and his blessing will be on your food and water. I will take away sickness. Yes. Amen. From among you, and none will miscarry or be barren in your land. I will give you full life spot. Swerte nila, no? I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter. Hala, huwag tayo makisali dyan. I will make all your enemies turn their backs and run. I will send the hornet ahead of you to drive the Hivites, Canaanites, and Hittites out of your way. But I will not drive them out in a single year because the land would become desolate and the wild animals too numerous for you. Little by little I will drive them out before you until you have increased enough to take possession of the land. I will establish your borders from the Red Sea to the Sea of the Philistines, and from the desert to the river. I will hand over to you the people who live in the land, and you will drive them out before you. Do not make a covenant with them or with their gods. Do not let them live in your land, or they will cause you to sin against me, because the worship of their gods will certainly be a snare to you, will certainly be a snare to you. The covenant confirmed, chapter 24, guys. Then he said to Moses, come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. You are to worship at a distance, but Moses alone is to approach the Lord. The others must not come near, and the people may not come up with him. When Moses went and told the people all the Lord's words and laws, they responded with one voice, everything the Lord has said we will do. Moses then wrote down everything the Lord had said. Painom, napagod. Nakakapagod kaya magbasa, guys. Tapos may reaction pa tayo. Nagre-reaction pa tayo. Saan na tayo, guys? Hindi ko makita. Punasan ko muna. Sabing na. Ang bilis. Ano ba rin matatapos na tayo? Lapit na to. Konti na lang. When Moses, sa verse 3, guys, when Moses went and told the people all the Lord's words and laws, they responded with one voice, everything the Lord has said we will do. Moses then wrote down everything the Lord had said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain, and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offerings to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood and put it in... Ang hirap. Yung mata ko talaga. Yung hindrances ko dito is mata, tsaka yung boses. So, hindi ganun kadali magbasa, guys. Madali magbasa pagka sa mata lang. Kung ako lang mag-isa. Pero binibidyo ko kasi, kaya ayan. Sacrifice tayo. Moses took half, sa 5, guys. Chapter 24, verse 5. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offerings to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood and put it in bowls, and the other half he sprinkled on the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it to the people. Ito gusto ko makita. Yung book of the covenant. Excuse me. Matingin ko ano to eh. Naka-separate yan eh. Malay natin makabili tayo niyan, and then next sa Bible is yan ang basahin natin. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it to the people. They responded, we will do everything the Lord has said, we will obey. Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people. Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, this is the blood to the covenant that the Lord has made. When you in accordance with all these words. Kasi guys, nag-ano sila, diba? Nag-offering nga sila. Yung balls ang pinang-offering nila eh. Tapos nag-ano sila ng blood noon, kalahati sa bowl, in-sprinkle sa altar. Tapos ito na siguro yung kalahati. Inano niya, in-sprinkle niya sa mga tao. Ayoko ng blood. Parang ako nandidiri. This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you. Excuse me. With you in accordance with all these words. Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 elders of Israel went up and saw the God of Israel. Wow! Yung ano guys, ito Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel went up and saw the God of Israel. Nakita nila yung God ng Israel. Under his feet was something like a pavement made of sapphire, clear as the sky itself. But God did not raise his hand against these leaders of the Israelites. They saw God and they ate and drank. But God did not raise his hand against these leaders of the Israelites. They saw God and they ate and drank. Kasi di ba sabi noong una ko palapitin. Pero yun nga ito sila. Yung 70 elders, nakita nila si Father God. Like a pavement daw. Huh? Under his feet was something like a pavement made of sapphire, clear as the sky itself. So, imagine nyo na lang yun, guys. The Lord said to Moses, pero yung nabasa ko rin dati, para siyang metal na, na yung may mga fire din siya. Kaya nga sabi ko nakakatakot. Sa verse 12, the Lord said to Moses, come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone. When the law and commands I have written for their instruction, then Moses set out with Joshua his aide, and Moses went up on the mountain of God. Yung aide niya si Joshua. So siya lang ang umakyat mag-isa. Kasi nakalagay sa 12 guys. The Lord said to Moses, come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and commands I have written for their instruction. Then Moses set out with Joshua his aide, and Moses went up on the mountain of God. He said to the elders, wait here for us until we come back to you. So kasama niya si Joshua. Wait here for us until we come back to you. Sinabi niya doon sa mga elders. Wait, akala ko hindi kasama. Kasama guys, si Joshua. Yung aide niya. Then Moses set out with Joshua his aide, and Moses went up on the mountain of God. He said to the elders, wait here for us until we come back to you. Aaron and Hur are with you, and anyone involved in the spirit can go to them. So, si Aaron tsaka si Hur ang magiging nila. When Moses went up on the mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai. For 6 days, the cloud covered the mountain, and when Moses, ang tagal guys, sa verse 15, when Moses went up on the mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai. For 6 days the cloud covered the mountain, and on the 7th day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelites the glory. Kinalabutan man ako dito. To the Israelites the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire. Oh. To the Israelites the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Then Moses entered the cloud as he went up to the mountain. And he stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. Wow, ang tagal. So, naghihintay sa kanya yung mga elders. Naghihintay sa kanya ang mga elders ng 40 days and 40 nights, guys. Kasi, sabi niya doon sa ano, wait here for us until we come back for you, to you. Wait here for us until we come back to you. So, yan ka guys. Tapos na siya. Bye-bye everyone. God bless.